A setup isn't just a bunch of tech thrown together, at least not for me. It's my workspace, creative zone, and my chill spot too. It's where I go to get stuff done, or not get stuff done. So when I built it, I wanted it to be functional, beautiful, and a place I like to be. So today, I'll be giving you a full tour of my setup as well as a number of tips and tricks that will help you with your next setup build or upgrade. So make sure you stick around for these. Now, if you like anything I mentioned in the video, I have all my links to these products down in the description. And if this video helps you out at all, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Your support means a ton to me as I make my journey to 10,000 subscribers. Every great setup has a centerpiece, and for me, it's my custom-built PC. This thing is a beast. It's rocking AMD's Ryzen 7 9800 X3D paired with the Gigabyte RTX 5080 OC. And everything here is built inside the North XL case, which looks absolutely stunning with its walnut front panel and golden accents that match the desk perfectly. For the motherboard, I went with the Gigabyte Aorus X870 Elite, which looks really nice and it matches the GPU as well. All the cooling, power supply, and fans are from Corsair, and I completed it all with a clean, single-color golden RGB theme, which is subtle and elegant and matches the whole theme of the room. Now, for the first tip of the video, get yourself one of these electric dust blowers. These will help you clean the inside of your PC as well as a bunch of stuff on your desk like your keyboard. This one here is from Wolftech. It is fantastic and it's what I always recommend. It has a really premium build quality and it's way more powerful than the older electric ones. After I picked this thing up, I no longer need to buy those expensive compressed air cans that freeze after a few seconds of use. Alright, now let's talk about the monitor. This is the LG 32GS 95BB. It's a 32-inch 4K OLED with a 240Hz refresh rate, and it looks insane. It has perfect blacks, incredible color accuracy, and it's absolutely stunning for both content creation and cinematic gaming. But here's the cool part. With one button press, it switches to 1080p and 480Hz refresh rate, so it performs equally as well in competitive games. So whether I'm editing, gaming, or watching movies, this monitor just adapts to whatever task is thrown at it. It's the best of both worlds, and as someone who works from home, creates content, and games, it covers all bases. Now for the second tip of the video. Use a monitor arm to free up a whole lot of space on your desk and get perfect ergonomics as well as achieve that clean floating look. I have the SpinQ Ergo arm and it's their newest arm and has a stunning all-metal design. It comes with plates to protect your desk and help with particle boards like those from IKEA that can crack without a plate like this. It also has a really clean cable management system that hides all the cables very well and holds virtually any weight. Alright, now let's talk about the peripherals I have on my desk. And if you haven't noticed so far, I absolutely hate cables, so all my peripherals are wireless. In the mouse department, for gaming, I use the Logitech G Super Light Dex. This is hands down the best mouse I've ever used for gaming. It's super lightweight, ergonomic, and it feels perfect in the hand. The PTFE feet help it glide perfectly, and the sensor is just so accurate as well. If you're serious about games, this mouse is going to take it to the next level. Now, on the other hand, for productivity, I switched to the Logitech MX Master 2. If you edit videos or work with design tools, this is the mouse to get. The customizable buttons and the infinite scroll wheel are game changers. Just flick this once and you're halfway through a document. Now, this is perfect for getting to the bottom of the page really quickly or skimming through a long document. Now moving on to the keyboard, this is the Logitech G 915X TKL. This has been my go-to for the last 5 years, and this new updated version still has that premium build and brush feather look, while adding a much better key switches and PBT keycaps, making for a smoother experience that should last longer. It's really quiet during the workday, and it's fast when gaming, and it looks amazing, so it fits all the categories that I need. The 10 keyless format is my personal favorite size because of the ergonomics, and I'm able to get it into a comfortable gaming or typing position depending on my task. Now let's move on to the audio. Now, my monitor does have speakers that are pretty decent, so I use those if I'm not gaming or I'm just kind of watching a video on YouTube, for example. But then when I want to game or focus or create content, I use my headset, which is the Logitech Pro G X2 Lightspeed. It's really lightweight. It's super comfortable, especially if you wear glasses. And that's all thanks to the velour ear pads that they supply in the box. And they just sound really accurate and fantastic in games. Now mine rests on some clean personal desk accessories from Ergonoffice that really elevate the overall aesthetic. I've also got my Dell Work laptop sitting on an Ergonoffice laptop stand to match that of the headset. Finally, my mousepad of choice is the Artisan Hayate Otso V2 XL. This newly updated version has a slightly improved weave that helps it with keeping its shape and glide. Now these pads are pricey and shipping them is a little bit of a pain. But trust me when I say this, these are the best mouse pads that I've ever used. My last one lasted me over 2 years and looked brand new to doing it with very little maintenance. Alright, now it's time for the tip of this video. If you have a personal or work laptop like me, and grab yourself one of these really light, compact laptop stands. This one here from Native Union is absolutely solid, and it's an all-metal build, and it's super slim. You can open it to elevate your laptop and help keep your eyes and neck at a comfortable level, but it also helps protect your desk from the heat that some of these laptops generate as well. Now, speaking of the desk, this is the Ergonoffice Sway 2.0 sit-stand desk. This here is with the walnut top, and it's absolutely gorgeous. As an engineer who works from home every day, standing up every hour has been a game changer for my back. I've used standing desks for over 6 years now, and this one is by far the best I've owned. The walnut top is handmade in Montreal, and the steel base is made in the USA. This is premium all around, and it even has a sleek OLED control screen that lets you swipe to raise or lower it with 2 saved height presets. Now I'm 6'5", so I pretty much use all standing desks at max height, and this thing is quite stable at max height as well. The size I have here is the 72 by 30, which gives me plenty of space to include my full tower PC, my 32-inch monitor, as well as my work laptop. And of course, with some cable management magic, it all stays super tight and clean. Now I use the Ergonoffice cable management system. This is kind of like a pegboard for power bricks and cables where you attach everything with Velcro strips. It's really neat and easy to install with just a couple of screws, and it keeps everything off the floor, and I basically just have one cable running down from the power brick. I also added a Philips Hue light strip behind the desk for a subtle glow and some contrast lighting. Now for the fourth tip of this video, if you want to get a standing desk, then get yourself an anti-fatigue mat as well. The one I use here is from Ergonoffice, but there are tons of options out there as well. As someone who works from home, creates content, and games, I sit a lot, and a good chair has become essential. A few years ago, I fell deep down the Ergo chair rabbit hole, and I've tried pretty much every high-end chair you can name. But my favorite and my main chair for the last 5 years is the Herman Miller Logitech G Gaming Embody. This chair has a tough learning curve and a break-in period as well, but once you've got it dialed in, it is unbeatable. It keeps me focused and supports my posture all day long, and it's built like a tank. It has this really cool futuristic flexible back that moves with you as you stretch, and it has a spring seat that distributes the pressure perfectly, and this seat is super unique. And even though the whole chair is upholstered, it's as breathable as mesh. Now the chair is made in the USA and it's covered by a 12-year warranty, so the build quality is just phenomenal. Now I also keep a second chair. This is the Elgato Embrace. It is a fantastic chair, and at $499, it is hard to beat. It has all the ergonomic adjustments you need and a breathable mesh back as well. I especially like this for lounging and watching content since it has a headrest and a softer, more relaxed feel. Now for tip number 5, when picking an office chair, really focus on the adjustability features and design. The more adjustable the chair is, the higher the chance that it will fit you comfortably. Things like seat pan adjustment and lumbar adjustment plays a big role in how you'll feel in the chair. Also keep in mind that whatever chair you get will have an adjustment or break-in period, so give it some time to dial it in before counting it out. Now, I'll take you through the lighting and some personality touches. For ambient lighting, I've got the Nanoleaf line panels. This is something I wanted for years, and my wife surprised me with them for Father's Day, and they instantly elevated the whole space. And they even sync with my PC for screen mirroring, which is awesome for gaming or watching streams and content. On the other side, I have a Govee RGB lamp that adds more color, and according to my son, this is the best light in the setup, so it's definitely staying. Now, if you've noticed the Porsche wallpaper, you'll know that I love cars, and I wanted to have a few things in the setup to show that. I have a framed shot of my favorite, which is the BMW M5 CS, as well as a Porsche 911 Lego build that my wife and I put together. It was a super fun project, and I highly recommend these if you're looking for a couple's activity or gift. Now for tip number 6, if you have lighting like this, you'll have power cables coming out of them. Now these cables will also have to go to a wall outlet. So some of these cables are going to be running through along the wall. So what I recommend you get is some of these cable channels that will hide the cables perfectly and get them off of the floor so that you have a clutter-free space. Now finally, for the finishing touches, for storage, I'm using an IKEA drawer unit from their gaming line. This is minimal, functional, and it's perfect for hiding cables and other random gear that I need. Also on this side, I have a shelf box from IKEA that I use to hide my router as well and hold all my camera gear boxes and mic gear. Now I plan on making a future video where I cover my content creation setup, like my camera and my lighting gear. So if you're interested in something like that, let me know what you'd like to see in the comments. Now for soundproofing, this is a pretty tight room, so there's not really a lot to cover, but I do have a rug on the floor that adds really nice contrast and helps a little bit with the echo.